Almost 12 hours since it slammed ashore along Florida's Big Bend region as a major hurricane, Idalia is tonight a tropical storm. But forecasters warn still a dangerous force to reckon with as it works its way across southeastern Georgia, tracking up the Carolina coast. This morning, the fast-moving storm came ashore in Florida with wind gusts of over 80 miles per hour. So powerful, they toppled this massive service station awning in Perry, Florida. Near the coast, homes were destroyed or cut off as the much-feared storm surge inundated structures left standing. The storm surge in Cedar Key, topping 8.5 feet. Tampa Bay spared the worst of the storm, still saw a storm surge of 5 feet. Many residents near the heart of the impact zone cut off, forcing high-water rescues. At least 2 deaths are said to be related to the hurricane. Tonight, with sustained winds still reaching 70 miles per hour, people along parts of the Carolina coast are on alert for heavy flooding. We have a large team across the storm zone. We begin with Tom Llamas in Florida. Tom, good evening.
Lester, good evening to you. As we're dealing with the emergency situation here in Florida, we want to show you some live pictures tonight. Georgia and Charleston, South Carolina, where this is right here, feeling the outer bands, and it is getting dangerous there tonight. Here in Florida, Idalia has cut off communities, surrounded them with water. Rescues are underway. Some are under curfew. Search and rescue teams, along with the National Guard, are in response mode right now. The only way to describe Florida's Big Bend, small towns with big damage.
Tonight, our first look at the incredible fury of Hurricane Idalia. Powerful bursts of wind, relentless sheets of rain, and devastating storm surge combining into a destructive force of historic proportions.
I don't think anybody expected it to be this bad.
Oh my God! Oh. The Category 3 hurricane is the strongest to hit the Big Bend area in more than a century. Landfall came this morning at Keaton Beach with maximum sustained gusts of 125 miles per hour. Homes here didn't stand a chance. In nearby Perry, this gas station toppled by fierce winds, and across the region, roofs ripped off buildings.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever seen anything like this in Perry?
Absolutely not. Nobody's going to get power for weeks.
The governor touring hard-hit Perry today.
What's your message to Floridians who are trapped or stranded right now?
Well, if you are in distress, you can call 911, and there will be rescue efforts that will commence. The storm is past. The first responders are active.
In Steinhatchee, water is everywhere. The town under curfew and neighborhoods completely inundated by the rising tide.
Because of that storm surge, many communities were cut off. People were stranded or trapped in their homes. Units like this one from the National Guard have been deployed because of their high water vehicles and those rescue boats up top.
The Kime family is safe, but their Yankeetown home is underwater.
Why did you decide to evacuate?
This surge right here, man. If we had been in our property, we would have got flooded in. We wouldn't have been able to leave.
The tree just went down.
With trees down and roads submerged all over the area, moving can be as treacherous as staying put. Already, 2 separate car crash fatalities reported by Florida Highway Patrol, blamed on the weather. A total that would have grown if not for daring swift water rescues that saved dozens outside of Tampa.
Didn't know what I was going to do until these guys showed up. I was going to actually stay and swim in my house.
Florida's first responders pushed to the limit, the president offering help.
Anything the states need right now, I'm ready to mobilize that support of what they need.
There goes power lines right there.
As officials feared, Idalia overpowered the Big Bend area's electrical infrastructure. Hundreds of thousands of homes affected. Even the governor was left in the dark this morning.
That's going to be legitimate surge. It's going to be a big, big deal, and it's going to be very, very dangerous. And there we go with our power here.
Rest in peace, Faraway Inn.
Other local landmarks weren't so lucky. This bed and breakfast in Cedar Key engulfed by storm surge. Some of Idalia's worst impacts happened in this small town of less than 1,000. In Pasco County, several homes burned in electrical fires.
My heart just dropped out of my chest when they called and said the house was on fire because we prepared for a flood, not a fire.
And back in Perry, one family lucky to be alive. Idalia knocked down these massive trees, crushing their home. Huddled inside of this car, we met 2 of the survivors, Mom Summer and baby Amelia.
It was kind of terrifying, honestly.
Summer told me how her husband Brandon heard the trees snap and jumped on top of them.
He came and he jumped over top of us, and you could hear it crack and, collide on top of the house.
Brandon telling me he did what anyone would do who loves their family.
Has it hit you kind of what you did?
No, not really, no. Figured it'd be what anybody would do.
And Lester, that family you just heard from right there, they lived in this house just behind me, and you can see how big those trees are. They heard those trees snap, and those thick tree trunks just came crashing down on the home. It is incredible that anyone survived that. You can see right there the top of those trees crashing right into the roof. But that family, including that baby Amelia, they are alive tonight.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.